Sure, man. What a going? I'm just up in this thing. We're gonna talk about put a ring on it. I just want to do an impromptu one because I'm up early today and I ain't got nothing else to do right now. And two, the show had me a little triggered. I don't know. I felt a little some type of way or whatnot. Yeah. Sorry about my harsh light because I did not want to put my ring light up on. So we got direct sunlight on me. But yeah, let's talk about put a ring on it. Come on in, hit that like. Please share and subscribe if you are new to the channel. And go ahead and leave comments down below if you're watching the playback because I like to know what y'all thoughts is. Y'all know I like to get into it as I get into it, whatever who I give it into it with. Y'all know how I like to do. I like to act a fool. So come on in. Hey, Mr. Meter Joe, how you doing tonight? Put a ring on it. I've been meaning to get to this show, but of course, Ready to Love been having us all in a stir lately and stuff. And so now that mess is over, yes, we got to catch up on this. Oh, Queen, why you don't like Dr. Nicole? I think she been doing good this season. Ain't no riddles or nothing like that. I think she been on it a little bit. You not liking her energy today? I've been a kind of a fan of. I've been liking what she been saying. Her and Dr. Ish has been giving me life lately. I had me reflecting on my past and trying to get things right and stuff. But yes, again, if you guys are new to the channel, please like, share, and subscribe. Also, leave comments down below if you're watching this on a playback because, we're going to get into it while we're here live. But I like to know what you guys are thinking about the episode so far. And I mean, we're going all the way back to episode 1. We're just going to talk about all this mess because we ain't talked about none of it yet, okay? Mocha Mima, how you doing, girl? Child, these couples, boy, this season, they playing with our lives already. Okay, they playing with our lives already. You never liked anything she says. Her riddles and her parables are exhausted. Hey, she be making you think though, huh? I think she been doing better at it though. This I swear I think she been doing better at it because some of them riddles from last season, I'll be like, what the hell are we talking about right now? Like, lady, please, what are you talking about? Hey. Come on in. I see y'all strolling on up in here. Y'all some night owls, ain't y'all? Why nobody out at the club? I'm usually at work, so that's why I ain't out or whatever. And plus, I don't like people like that, so that's another reason why I ain't out. I don't like be bumping into people all night. But yes, child, these couples this season. Who we got? Alfonso and Shay, Otis and Charlie. I'm gonna say her name wrong. I'm gonna chop her name all up, but it's Charlena. Okay. We're gonna call her Charlie because I'm gonna chop her name all up and it's gonna be all kind of butchered or whatever. But Otis and Charlie, those two right there, they really me back into my petty world. I swear, them two stay in a petty bag and it's a mess. Okay, they are a total mess. I love it. Hey, Danny, and Shorty and Kenneth. Shorty and Kenneth, boy. Let's get on now, okay? Because we're gonna talk about that. Otis do be acting like a Otis. That's so funny, huh? Like, we don't know no Otis in our time right now because nobody but him is named Otis right now. But he might remind you of somebody that would be named Otis. That's so hilarious, right? So hilarious. How's that even work? Oop, I didn't want to put that up. Let's change this real quick. We're gonna talk about let's get them out the way real quick because this couple here right here, Shorty and Kenneth, they're a little puzzling to me, and I'll tell you why. At the beginning, I thought Shorty was doing this to kind of like get out of being with Kenneth. I really thought this was just her way out of it. She was kind of like in a total toxic one-sided toxic relationship where she just was having trouble getting out. And, she wanted a little bit more help, a little bit more assistance, some accountability people, just in case, she went MIA on us. Um, but I'm glad I didn't start these reviews on day one, because that's where my opinion really would have been. But after watching it for a while, I'm just like, girl, do you want out? Or you just like that, the little aspect of it all? You like the control figure of it all. And as I continue to watch, especially tonight's episode, when she sat there and made that comment, like, oh, I see I can sit in the passenger side and I can really get used to it. I can be okay. I was like, oh, you do like control. You do like this aspect, this dynamic that you and Kenneth have right now. And so it's not so much you in danger, but as you just want more from him. You want more from him. I get that. You do want more. But if he gives you more, are you going to lose control? The control that the way that you have it right now. And they are so puzzling. I need somebody to bounce this off of, because I'm just trying to really figure them two out. I just cannot get it. Yeah, exactly. That's what I say. That's why she's with Kenneth, Queen, because I'm not shocked she's 40. Okay, I'm just gonna be real. I'm not shocked she's 40, but I am shocked that they still together. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why. And look. Don't get me wrong, okay? In my 30s, I was dating a 20-year-old. I didn't really totally see a future when I really found out the age, but then I kind of got hooked out, because we started off like not really having those discussions. Okay, we didn't really get into how old are you, what's your favorite color, and all that. We didn't. I'm not gonna even lie. We just had energy. We would talk about a lot of other stuff, but we just didn't talk about the basics. So it was like months in before I actually found out their actual age. And at that time, it was just like, okay, well, you cool anyway. So whatever. 3 years later, we still talking. And child, it got messed up, all kind of crazy at that point. But like, on a real talk, I didn't really see a total future, though I was considering, possibly having a person's child. Like, then I took that back, because I was like, you're going to be a toxic baby daddy. I can't deal with it. I already got a baby daddy. I don't want another. Child, I was all over the place at that time. I wasn't thinking seriously at all. I was just in the wind. Okay, I was in the wind. That's what I was doing. I was having fun, and he was fun, and I enjoyed it at the time until it got toxic. And I'm not saying it's toxic on his end. It was both of us, because what the hell I say? Yes, Mocha, trust. Mocha, when I be telling y'all these things on Kojo's channel and stuff like that, I be telling y'all from experience. I've been a hot daggone mess in these streets when I was in these streets, okay? I was a hot mess. Don't judge me. I was trying something new with something different, like all the time, trying to figure my way, okay? I was trying to find my way. My track record ain't that long. I wasn't like a hoe or nothing like that, but I had hoish tendencies, okay? So, my track record wasn't that clean, but I wasn't that bad. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't that bad. I could have been worse. But I ended up in relationships. And so I'm kind of loyal to a fault in relationships a little bit that way. So I'll be in them for some years. What's the vice versa? Mocha, what? No, I didn't say I was 20 and he was 40. I think I might have had one of them situations too. No, I said I was 30 in my 30s and he was in his 20s. I'm barely in my 40s, girl. Damn. Don't try to do me. Don't try to do me. The social don't encourage this. But you're a reform hoe. I am not mad. Me too, child. I've been trying to get away from these streets. They be calling me. But let me stop playing with y'all. Seriously, I was in one of those situations where I kind of got caught up. The person wasn't really alive to a point of what they did and all this stuff like that. I knew what they did. So that's kind of puzzling, how she don't know how his money is coming in and why he's not making any. But according to tonight, he was making more than her up until recently. So I don't know, like it's so weird, right? Them two, I just can't figure them out for the love of me. They are really, really, really puzzling to me. I'm trying to get a grasp on what's the situation here outside of I think she likes the control. I do think she does want more of him, and I do think she fell in love with the potential that he possibly does have. And that's a dangerous game to play. Like, I'm not going to even lie. I think my first love in high school, I stayed with him through pretty much all of high school because of his potential. Because he was no longer in high school when I met him. I was in the 10th grade, and he used to run track for our high school, and he came back to one of our track meets. So that's kind of how I met him. And he was already, I think he was 1 year out by that time, so when I met him. But he had potential. So it was always, he was ambitious, and it was always this potential that he had, but he could never stay focused on one thing too long. So it was either going to college, then they'd drop out of college, and then I'm going to work, and then I'm dropping out of work, and I'm going back to school. It was just, he was kind of all over the place. And that kind of drifted over into our relationship aspect because we were end up being off and on a lot like that. Um, and so I was just so much wrapped up into what he possibly could be because I just seen so much in him. And he kind of had that talk like Kenneth, where you could talk a good game, but you're not really applying yourself fully on anything. And that's what I really wanted from him, is to apply himself. And when that just didn't happen by the time I got to college now, so that's like 2 to 3 years later, it's like, all right, what are we doing? Like, I'm full speed in college and you're not, and you're telling me to make an ultimatum that I need to drop out for you. When you've been out of at least high school for at least last couple of years, and you haven't made a serious impact on your life on what it is that you want to do. Yeah, okay, this just ain't gonna work. So her being in her 40s and him being in his 30s is puzzling, that you don't know what he's doing. You don't understand what Kenneth is saying. Well, I'm from the South. I'm from New Orleans, so I understand a lot what he be saying. So that's just how a lot of my people talk down there. So I can understand a lot of what he's saying or whatever. He not from the Bayou part. That's the part of it you really can't understand. Trust me. What was that cartoon, King of the Hill? I don't know if I'm outdating myself with that one, but it was one character on there you could not understand a daggone thing he was saying, and that's how the people in the Bayou down there they talk. So, but you gonna kill me with this one. I'm not gonna even repeat it. Why are you so shocked? You getting up my nerves. Yeah, Hollywood, Kenneth has a little bit more country to him, so he's a little bit thicker in his accent than Hollywood is. But I think that's because Hollywood is working to be more mainstream or whatnot. But Quinn, you was killing me tonight right here. Yes, yes. I see. I think that's what it is. I think what she did was, ride out the later part of her 30s with him, and it was a wave that she was riding, and she got caught up on a wave, fell in love, but now she mad at him because she's in love with his potential and not really the man. And I think she wants more from him, and it's kind of pissing her off, but she's really mad at herself for letting herself go with somebody that she can't really totally see a future with, because I don't see it in her eyes that she sees a future with this man. No, even when she talked with her mother, was it last week she talked with her mother, it was more so the conversation was towards telling her mother in a roundabout way how she shouldn't be with the man. It was kind of like, do you think you see him as being good for me? It's negative rooted. So it's basically, I don't see him for myself, so tell me I'm right. That type of conversation she was giving her mom. And her mom was still at neutral grounds to me, but I can tell that Shorty was hearing, yeah, you're right. I shouldn't be with him. He not the one. He not the one. And it was like, your mom's really leaving it for you to make that decision. From what I'm gathering, do you really love this man enough to try to work through it? Do you do you even give him a safe space to be vulnerable with you, to even share what he's going through, to even consider running some ideas of what he has through to you? Because I feel like everything he might even tell you, and this is my opinion, you would immediately shut it down. I just get that from her, that she would just like tear him down first before anything. And that's dangerous grounds with male egos, because then they don't want to talk to you. They don't want to have nothing to say to you. And the way she speaks to him, I don't, somebody was saying it the other day that they think she's talking that way down to him on the show, um to push him more further away from her. And I do see that. I also think this is how she actually talks on a regular to him, because she's in that control. And she kind of belittles him a whole lot, and she puts him down a whole lot. And I'm just like, what if he starts talking to you like that? How would you feel? I said the same thing. That Napoleon complex is real strong, and it works in men and women, you know. And I'm not gonna height shame nobody or whatever, because I was blessed with the gift and the curse of height, because I say this like this: all the fine men are short to me. I'm only 5'10", but most of the fine, the men I find fine are short. Okay, so you little bitty heifers packaged in a cute little box. Y'all get on my nerves, because y'all, first of all, y'all cute and petite and all these things like this, and everything comes into y'all size, and I gotta find tall things for slim women, and that's just annoying. But y'all also get all the fine men that I consider fine. You get all the actors, all the rappers. You know, for some reason, all the rappers and stuff are short. Dang, all I get is like Master P and his brothers, Snoop Dogg. I think Slim Thug is tall. I get Andre 3000, but we seeing eye to eye. We the same height, you know, but that's neither here nor there. Y'all get a lot of stuff. But anyways, I tend to come and see this, and I got a lot of short friends, but not the short friends that I got. I see this with the short coworkers that I got. When they are in a position of power, they like to flex big time, baby. I'll be like, bruh, you know, I can smash a little bit, but no, let me stop. Yeah, Slim Thug is a nice 6'6", baby. He over there, you know. He tall. But it's only a few options out there. Like half of Denzel Washington is 5'9", so I think he an inch shorter than me. Uh there's like a few actors that are actually tall. Child, I ain't got no chance for the celebrity. I got to go for the NBA players and a couple of football players if I want any shot of a uh, in the presence of everything person. You know, if I want a name brand man, I got to go there. Yes, Denzel is only 5'9", 5'10" at the most, but I believe I read 5'9", so he's a little bit shorter than me. It's, you know, they shoot from the camera up. I know the average man is 5'8", so I got to go for the above average. I guess that's what you would call him. Literally, he'll be above average, huh? But yeah, that's what I got to go. Amarion is 5'6". He taller than I thought. Okay, shoot, I give him that. 5'6" still short for me. I can't wear no heels with that brother. I probably dated with somebody that was 5'6" one time too. I told y'all, look, don't. Bless my heart, I've been saved, okay? I've been saved in this world, but hey, I've tried different things. Yes, basketball players is the shit, though. Don't get me wrong. But you see, you 5'3". That's not fair. It's always a height difference for you. All the five men is taller. The fine man is taller than you, except for Prince, without his heels. Okay, so like everybody else is taller than you. You still in that range. You said that's what you say, Future. I mean, that's how tall your husband is. So I still love it, but it brought Denzel. Yeah, yeah. Denzel will look like he a 5'11", 6 foot, but they shoot camera up a lot of times, so it always does make him taller. And then when you average all the other actors and the actresses next to him, it's like, yeah, they all make him look taller. Oh, that's what I got to do. I got to go find me an African man. I still want to wear my heels though, and sometimes I like that teddy bear hug. I like him to tower over me, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. You know, Shorty got an advantage because Kenneth looked like he about a good 6'3", and she 5'1", 5 foot, 5'3" at the most. So she got a nice little height difference. So you know, she hugging his waist at this point. But yeah, I just can't figure them two out. Y'all have to help me with these two because as it goes on, I'm not sure. I know tonight's episode he was kind of like saying he done, but of course we could see by next week they still having a conversation, so they not done. The Sosa slide in that inbox. Go ahead and slide in them DMs. Let them know. You always welcome to a DM. Hello, that's what I be saying. Cause then I can bop you upside the top of it. And I'll just play. As soon as you get out of line, I start patting you on the head like a puppy. Down boy. No. See, yeah, that's the problem. Then I'll be talking like Shorty to the man. I can't do it. Shorty is in show business, and that's what I'm saying. They short in show business. Don't get them fool you. The only tall women out there is in runway model, and they starting at 5'7". So, listen. But she is in show business. She can find other people, and because she's in show business, that she is seen. And with him, now don't get me wrong. He is a walking red flag. Going through my phone and not just going through my phone, because see, I've changed my ways, but I done did some of those things too. But I also did those things because I had a notion people was doing some stuff, and I found the evidence I needed to find so I can move on. But that's neither here nor there. Going through the phone and taking my bank records, which I'm still trying to figure out how he got, because how my stuff's set up, you got to cut off one of my limbs to figure out which one is the one to access that. And I don't know what to tell you because there's no other way to access that. That is all biometrics and stuff. So that means you got passwords or whatever you got to get up in her stuff. So that's already a inflection. Then you're screenshotting it and send it to yourself. Because when I thought it, I was just like, oh, he going through the phone. He going to go see what messages, how bad she be talking about him. But the bank info, as much as I done been through a phone in my day, whether they know I'm in their phone or not, I ain't never thought about going through somebody's bank records or none of that stuff like that. That part is just like, nah, I don't see it. And the only other way, but then there's still a timer because see, mine's time out. Even my bank on the phone, my app times out because I was only going to say is the only other way is that she was just on the phone and just in her bank records, and that's how he got access to that part of it. But mine's time out, so I really don't know how he done broke into that. So that's kind of scary on top right there. Hey, everybody just walking in. And screenshotted that to yourself. That's a problem. Whatever that was, the incident she had with her job where he called up there and posted some stuff on her job site or whatever that case may be, that's another problem. And to me, those two things would have been enough. I know the bank records just happened on the show, but the other job thing, you messing up my work, my money, that would have been a thing. Like for real. I don't care if I move and you show up to the next place. I don't care if I move and you follow me to the next place. We're done. We're completely done. And if you follow me again, it's going to be a problem. So I don't know if Shorty don't have enough male friends, if she's not from the Atlanta area and her family is not out there. I don't know what. Okay, so you're going to kill me. Why can't you believe she is 40? I just need to know. You got to just tell me why you can't believe this, okay? Thank you, thank you. But I don't understand what it is that is having this hold that she feels like she cannot get out of this situation, because I really, really, really just can't see that you're doing that. And I mean, I get it. I'm bigger than her. So it would be a little bit more of a fight between me and him. He ever start following me home. But I, child, I'd be up in all kind of classes. It'd be all kind of taekwondo, some boxing classes, some martial arts class, self-defense classes. He'll be following me to them classes because he gonna know what's up. And I already carry mace up on me. Bro, follow me if you're there. That's all I would say to him. Like, we ain't gonna play them games or whatnot. I just, child, listen. That's how I ended up. I'm trying to tell you, that's how I ended up in that 3-year relationship where I was just supposed to be having fun for a couple of months, and next thing you know, 3 years later, I'm like, what's happening? Why are we fighting? What? Like what? Child. Up and down, left and right, all over the daggone place. Toxic people is everywhere, baby. We is everywhere. And I said we because part of me is still in that group. I'm trying to get that part out, but I'm still there. And I probably still there because I keep watching these daggone shows. I need to stop. I need to stop. Because I just realized that Ready to Love done brought all my petty back out. I've been a little bit debative, combative, uh hostile, I should say, because my petty is back out, and I need to put that back in the bag. Child, I gotta stop. I might have to stop watching this stuff too, because I was trying to find love and better things than love and hip hop, but obviously that's what we still watching, and that is what we're still watching right now, love and hip hop. But anyways, I digress. I digress. I'm ranting on some other stuff. I just. I thought by now, because we are halfway, I think we're a little over the halfway mark, figure out he a grandpa now because everybody done seen the baby. See, that's what I'm saying. My petty done jumped right out that quick. Let me really back in. Sorry, y'all. I said this, but some of the moves she be making, it's confusing. It's backpedaling. It's backpedaling to me, and I'm really wondering, do she have enough people around her just to get her out of this situation safely? But even when they were on that tandem date the other week, about 2 weeks ago, when they were dating together, it was her doing most of the checking in. Like, we can visually see that he was upset, but he never really looked back. His date looked back a whole bunch for him, but he never really tried to pay her any attention during that date. But she was doing the most to get his attention. So I'm like, why are you doing this when you want out? If you want out of this situation safely, why mess? And you said it best right here. Why mess with that? If he's already doing creepish, unstable, weird tendencies, let's put it like that, why would you sit here and feed into that? By being loud, by trying to laugh all super hard, make him jealous, because that's what you're doing. And if you really feel unsafe, I definitely wouldn't suggest you doing that with that type of person. If you're trying to make him out to be that type of person, that is not the best route to go. Because we know what happens when people act out of jealous rage. So that's where I be having this confusion with her on what it is that she's really trying to get across here. Do she really want him to shape up? Child, that part right there just hurt my whole soul. I'm just like, I don't look at. I've been working. I'm a work in progress, y'all. Y'all know I'm a work in progress. I be trying to be better. I really don't agree with tearing people down, especially when I don't really feel they have it. And especially where I feel there's supposed to be love there. And you say you love this man, you fell in love with this man. And I understand in love is a shifting and fleeting feeling that it come and go. But that means there was initially some love there. So if you have some love and you really want him to be better, why tear him down so much in front of a group of people? I would love to have a panel tonight, but it's late on. It's late on everybody else's side. Is on the East Coast on the East Coast side. So it's I'm on the West Coast, so I'm still up. But I don't know. I don't know what I don't know. I'm not sure then what other reason it would be, because she would be screaming, "I'm a victim." I get that too, but I wouldn't suggest doing that. Sorry. I wouldn't suggest doing that with that. Yes, and that right there, Monique King, is serious. Shorty is acting, period. A shame, and she's making a mockery of real abuse victims. And that's what I'm saying. Like that back and forth dynamic that is going on, it hurts me, because if you really, really want out, I don't really feel like you should be playing with the person that is on edge like that. Because what you do is push that person more and more to the edge. And some people fight back when they're too close to the edge out of fear. And I wouldn't want nothing to happen to either one of them because of that. So that's why I'm like, I wouldn't have played with him in that regard, even if it was for camera. Because it's serious. It's people out here really going through some things, and they really need our help when they need it, when they ask for it. And when people cry wolf like this is why we start having these discussions where it seems like we're victim blaming or victim shaming the person, because we're not really sure what is happening, if they're being deceptive, or they're really being genuine and really having a real cry for help. And I wish she wouldn't play with that like that. I really do. Because people out here really do need help getting out of their situations, for real. I do believe that. I do believe they're both some type of abusive in their different ways. And I definitely agree with this. Kenneth do seem more off than he does abusive or whatnot. They do have their different ways though, because kind of low key stalking a person is mental abuse. It might not have gotten to a physical or nothing like that. Going through a person's bank accounts and bank records and screenshotting that to themselves, that's some type of abuse. So it's not the emotional and verbal abuse that she gives him, but it's up there with it. And yeah, I wish she didn't. I really wish she didn't. If she wants out, I wish she would just play a more coy version of it and just kind of like ease her way out, instead of trying to make him jealous and tear him down at the same time. Because it's not that serious. You're mad at yourself. You're not mad at this man for deceiving you. You're mad at yourself for falling for the lie and staying in the lie. You're actually choosing to stay in the lie. I'm sorry, but that's what you're doing. You're actually choosing to stay in that lie. So a lot of your anger needs to be reflected at self more so than what he's not doing right for you, but what you're not doing right for yourself. So I kind of wish she would just stop playing with us right now and move on from him. Like, really just move on and just be honest. It's just, we had love, we had a good time, we had a good run, but I want more. And because I love you, I know I'm not the one for you. Let me let you go and find that person. We holding on to each other is stopping both of our blessings. It's a lot of different ways that you can word that scenario to get it across to a person, to just say, I do really care for you and I want the best for you, but I am not that person. It is really, 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 really that easy or whatnot. And I do think she needs some therapy and counseling on how to communicate to be better for her next, even if she doesn't stay with Kenneth. I think she needs that to be better with for her next person, you know, because yeah, that's a lot right there. And that's going to still be a problem from this relationship to the next, especially if she doesn't take time to herself. Because sometimes when you get a little taste of that power, it's hard to let go. And that's going to be a struggle for with herself that she needs to deal with. So either if she jumps into another relationship with her, that pattern is going to continue. And she's going to ruin any potential she has with somebody that is supposed to be with her, that she considers on her level. And that also, oh, let's talk about that real quick before I move on. Let's talk about that real quick before I move on. You're telling somebody that you think that they like to date up and people that are out of their league and all this stuff like that. So what are you placing yourself? You're placing yourself above up here. So what does that mean about you? So you date down? You're better than him? Or does that mean you don't feel you can do better than him? Because that's what I got from it. I know she was talking down to him, but I looked at it more so that you have an insecurity that you felt you couldn't do better. So this is where you settled at. And that's a part of me says that's where a lot of her hostility towards him come from. You're projecting your insecurities on him. And so you're making him feel even less so you can feel better about yourself. And that's very abusive in the nature of you have emotionally controlling type thing. You see that with Otis. We see that with Otis, and it's very evident with Otis. But this is kind of the same thing Shorty is doing. And that's a form of control. You know, I make you feel like you can't do anything better than me. I am the prize. You know, she do. She want to be Shorty Yonsei, you know, and yeah, she didn't hear it high vibe. She didn't hear that contradiction in it. It was kind of weird. I was just like, child, I don't know where you're going with this. He's out of your he's out of your range, or you're out of his range. Whose range are we out of? Are you playing in somebody else's league? Are you going down to JV and you supposed to be at varsity? Because to me, that means he's doing good. He's moving up. He's dating somebody that's out of his league, and that's what he likes, and so he's on his course. What's that say about you? And I know us women, we like to date up for protection, security, and all of those wonderful things. And we like to have that for really for the security of our future, which is our children. We like to date up. It's kind of a natural thing that as every speech that you kind of see that with every species, you know, the best survive, the best of the best will survive. And so a lot of species, they're not trying to date the lesser of the two or whatever, so they don't really go down. Whether the male is choosing in that species or the female is choosing, they always want the best one for them. So to me, it's like, what does that say about you? Think about it. I don't know. I don't know. Child. The salsa ain't gonna let a man be great at all. Listen, I might want Jay-Z on this platform or Beyonce on this platform one day, so I will not. You will not get, I will not be removed from Beyonce's internets and be put on Will Smith's, okay? Because we see how Will Smith was acting up today for everybody. They could not get good at internet service, so we will not do that. Child, can we be honest? Can we be honest? But she just want to make Shorty happy. I mean, she just want to make Kenneth jealous. So it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter that he's not up to par either. Like, I guess up to her par. I don't know what par he on, because dude could be doing well for himself. But how she speaks, he didn't even seem like he was up to her par. But yeah. Anyways, we're going to move on from them because I don't want to be here all night. But I do want to chat with y'all a little bit because I miss y'all. So, I thought I changed this. Why is it still saying? Okay, there we go. There we are. There we are. So let's get into these two right here. Shay and Alfonso. They're I'll say a very unique couple to the show, but a very typical couple to the world. Because this right here is something that I think a lot of couples kind of go through when it comes to blending families, introducing your new to your parents and all these things, and your ex is still in the picture somehow. They're still tied in there. Your mom and your dad still has a strong hold on your last one, or a long one from a long time ago. They still got their connection, and respectfully, they ain't respecting your boundaries. And we know he not setting no boundaries. Why he not setting no boundaries? Because he don't want any boundaries. He wants to be able to do what he does, be where he at, and not have to answer to anybody about anything. And baby, Shay day to day, he got bonus points on just his conversation alone. Okay, I was like, okay, bald and light skin not really my type, but you working on it. We put you in the sun a little bit. No, let me stop before y'all be saying I'm a colorist, because I got a preference. All right, but he wasn't a bad looking dude, but he was really, really on his stuff. Like, he was really putting her on to game, which is obvious. We know that when a man wants you, he gonna show you. And when a man want to play with you, he gonna show you. And that's what I think it's a yo-yo for us. Shay is a yo-yo for Alfonso. I let you go, but I know you're gonna come back. I got you on the string, so you're going to come back. I don't know what her line of reasoning for coming back is, because when we hear her, she left after all the little mishaps happened with the marriage and the marriage certificate and all these things like this, and getting the call from the girl who said that he's the love of her life and all these things, and still going forth with this so-called marriage. And she left, and she was happy. She was happy for some months by herself, and she was gone, and all these things. And this is the time where you're supposed to be getting yourself together. You getting back on your feet. You out of this relationship, and you gone, and you happy. And I have a rule: when I'm happy, if you don't add to my happiness, or at least maintain it, don't bother me. Don't bother me, because if you coming to take away from my happy, you can be gone. Bye. Go on about your way. That's not what we doing. Because when I get into my happy place after being alone And I don't really agree that she was totally happy, because 1 month, 2 months later, you're not happy. First month, you're just getting over it. You're still sad about the breakup and all this stuff, especially if it wasn't a breakup that you initiated. And I know you ladies understand, is if this was not a breakup that you totally initiated, or you felt like your hand was forced to do this, you're not initially happy in that first month. Second month, you starting to get back on your feet and starting to feel yourself a little bit. You like, okay, and especially if it's in the summertime, you like, let me hit this club a little bit, show them what these little legs do real quick, and we getting back out there. But you totally not totally happy, but you're not really missing the D too much, but just a little, you're just like, but you're getting back on yours. 2 months later is not really, to me, if you was really invested into a person, enough time to find true happiness with yourself, especially after an extended period with that person, because that already has been taken away from you. So to feel all of that happiness back up, it does take a little bit of time. And like I said, that one toxic relationship that I told y'all about earlier, it took me about a whole year. We was 3 years in, and it took me about a whole year to find me just really, really, really be happy with myself. It did not take me that long to get over that situation, but to really, really be happy and be okay and just be happy by myself and really enjoy life all over again without the pressure of a relationship or dealing with anybody, even on a non-serious level, it took me about a good year. And I mean that, and that's just a good year to realize I'm actually happy right now. I can actually start like really trying to find somebody else right now. And at that point, I was able to see better whether or not you were contributing to my happiness or taking away from it. And at that time, it was easy for me to move through people to say, "Oh, you BSing me, so let me move around. You ain't on it. Let me move around. You not what I want." It was real easy to navigate through all of that. I would have said in the first couple months, I'm just trying to use you to get over whatever I had going on, just to fill in that gap of having somebody around all the time. Like really in the first months, that's how I look at it. Now y'all know I'm different. My logic don't be logicking with everybody else's. That's just how I operate. The first couple of months, if you're in my life, the first couple of months of a serious breakup, you definitely rebound. I don't even care if you what I was using to end the relationship in the first place with. You definitely rebound. Like if I was serious about that person, this is where I want to be. And to even be talking about we was married, we walked down, we went through all that, and granted she didn't get the paperwork or didn't get it signed like it was supposed to, but if I went through all that with the person, no way 2 months. No way in 2 months, not in 8 weeks, not in 60 days. Am I whole in here? Unless I'm just in the Bible every single day we done left each other and I'm reading God's word every single day. I just can't. I can't see it. I can't see it. And then to think in today's world where we got social media, and I'm pretty sure if you ain't blocked that person, you're looking at their page every day. That right there just eating at you every single day. They all going on, being happy, doing the things that they was doing when they was with you. Now they doing it without you. And I'm pretty sure he was still calling. I'm pretty sure he was still trying to check in every so often to make sure he still got access to her and stuff. So 2 months, I would love to believe you was genuinely happy. I feel like she was starting to find some happiness, but genuinely happy, no. And I say no because she went back. If you were genuinely happy, he would literally have to show you how he's going to add to that happiness. And he would have gave you what you wanted, which is being introduced to his family, introduced to his mom, introduced to his children and their mom, and actually starting to have a real co-parenting. What is the other word that they use for it? blending, I'll say, situation. You know, what? That was her? That's who called him the love of the life? I didn't know it was delicious. Interesting. Monique, I don't know where you got this tea. I'm pretty sure I know where you got this tea, but interesting. Okay. Yeah. So you still competing with a whole bunch of people that's already out there, got their name out there and all this stuff like that, child. No. I this is my opinion. This is my opinion. I could be wrong. I feel like she likes the life he provides, but she wants to, and I do think she really, 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 really do like him. You know, because he seems like he's funny, and she looked like the type that like to laugh and have a good time. But I really think that she liked the life that he provide more so. That's why she went back so fast. She didn't give him a chance to earn her back. And the fact that he didn't earn her back is the right reason why he could still play these games with her to this day. Because he said it himself just last week, he didn't think that he can ever lose her. She left already. I don't know how you didn't think you can ever lose her. For real, for real. So that means she never was really gone. Especially in his head, she was never gone because she wasn't gone long enough. Sometimes we have to put our foot all the way down and just really send a message to somebody and say, stop playing with me. I'm dead ass. Don't stop playing with me. Like, I am not the one to play with. If you are not trying to give me what it is that I deserve, let me go, let me be, so I can have what I need. Go toy with somebody else. And you know what? And you have to be okay with that. You have to really be okay with saying, I love me a little bit more than letting you do me like this, than loving you in this unhealthy situation. You really have to be okay with that. Like, you have to say, I really do love me enough to say, this is enough. I don't want this anymore. You're not giving me what I want. And so right now, I need to be a little bit selfish to protect myself. And it's okay. And if they don't respect that, you know what? That also lets you know that is not the person for you, because they can't even respect you enough to say, you know what? I do love you enough to let you go. I do love you enough to know I'm not the one for you. Or I do love you enough to actually fix myself by myself for you. And hopefully, when I'm done getting myself together, you will be around for me. I understand that you might not be, depending on how long it takes me, but I hope that you do. And we could start anew then. That would be maturity. That would be growth. That would be holding some accountability for the fact that I know I'm wasting your time. Let me not be selfish and take this away from you. But Alfonso can't even set good boundaries. So, you know, we asking a lot of this man right now. Shoot. I don't know what we expect him to do, you know what I'm saying? Because he want to claim that everybody else is the problem, and he can't set no boundaries with his mama and all that. And then we done kind of find out that the baby mama done put up a post talking about she is not the problem. He is. Don't be trying to blame him or his mama or whatnot. So he for the streets. Let's put it like that. Alfonso's still for the streets. And I'm not mad. I'm not mad. She might be mad, but I'm not mad, because you work in the industry, and unfortunately, we know that a lot of people will throw themselves at you despite you having a woman or not. So I think I don't remember who in our chat said it earlier. One of the ladies said it best, but putting a ring on, they said putting a ring on her is not going to change what's happening. Her getting the ring is not going to change the fact that he's still out here doing what he's doing. And how today's world work, that ring don't mean nothing to a lot of people. They don't care. They don't. They gonna push your boundaries as far as you let them. And because he doesn't have strong ones, we already know how that's gonna go. So to me, she's fighting a losing battle unless he wants to fight back with her. And we did see a little bit this week. He trying to keep the boundaries up, but they gonna get the chance to go out with people again. So we know how that's gonna go. He gonna allow his boundaries to be tested and pushed down and whatever. And if she has self-respect, she shouldn't even want a ring from him. Exactly. That's how I feel. Because he don't play with you long enough. Put me back on the shelf and let somebody that really want me come get me. Put me back in the world so I can be free for mine. Put me back in the world so I can just love myself for a minute. And I'm not asking to be put back in the world. I'm just asking you to leave me alone so I can just be free. Like, let her go. If you don't want her, just let her go. If you're going to continue to play with her, just let her go. Because what you're doing as well is blocking your blessing. Your selfishness is blocking not only hers, but yours. And she's going to get hers. Whether she decides that she wants to wait around and keep playing with you for now, or she wants to wake up and move on. But you're slowing your own blessing down. She could actually be your blessing, but you won't even let her grow the proper way. And she got to get out of her head because, she over on some other madness, talking about they married and that's my spouse and stuff. Girl, you don't have proper paperwork. You are married in Mexico right now. Stop playing. That stuff does not equate in the United States. You can't get a divorce. I guess you got a ring, so I can't even say you don't have a ring on your finger, but what you want? What you want? Because we on the show about put a ring on it, so that means that you don't even have a real a real marriage. And let's be for real, marriage is the first step. It's still a lot of work after that. Marriage is just crossing the threshold of the door. You still got to get in the house, maintain the house, put food on the table, make sure the lights and all that stuff stay on, get outside and clean up the backyard. You got a lot of work to do. Is this the person you really want to invest you really want to make that investment with? Is this the man that you really want to do that with? Do you think he's going to really put the work in with you? I know marriage is a beautiful thing. I know it's a great thing, but it's not the last thing. It's just the start of a whole new life. He can't even give you honesty now. I don't know. I hate to sound so harsh, but I really don't know. Like, if that's what you really want, you want the marriage. What is he doing for you now to put that in the forefront? What is he doing to prove you that he's going to be the best for you? I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It's just like I think they, you know what the problem is with our generation too, and I say this because I'm looking at like my friend circle. I do have some married friends, but I don't have many as much compared to I think my parents' generation and compared to their generation before. Marriage doesn't seem like the biggest thing, and I think when you start to have more married people around you, you start to learn what it really takes to be married and what it really takes to even lead up to that point and the mindset that both parties have to have during it. It's a lot. It's not easy. I know working in a retirement home, that was a blessing when you find these couples that's been married for 50 plus years and since they were teenagers, it's and they went through world changes, you know what I'm saying? So like they went through recessions and hardships and where it was a single income household and all of these different things that we don't technically have and we have our own problems. We do have our own problems. But just to listen to them choose each other on a daily. Keep that flame lit every single day. Find the best, I think that the best thing one of the couples had told me is every day you learn to love your partner again. You don't wait some time and all this stuff. Every day you have to learn to love your partner. That's a lot of days, 50 years. Every day I'm learning to love you again because every day they're changing. Every day they're evolving. And depending on how young you got married, there's a big change that happens in a certain period. You know, once we get up there in the age, the change is not so much, but there's still some change. But to be that graceful, to go every single day, learning that person again to say, you know what? I like you. I really love you. This person I see you growing into, I can rock with that. And I think that's hard. And we see that when we hear couples get married so young and then they're divorced shortly, like a few years into it and stuff, because they're not choosing each other to love each other on a daily basis. They're waiting for those moments to come back to say, oh, this is like when I first met you. They want that high again, that euphoria all over again of that first time that they met. That's a one time deal. But you can have that every single day in a new way if you choose to start loving that person every day. And that's a conscious decision to keep going every single day, saying, you know what, I'm going to wake up and find a new reason to love you today. I don't know. Yeah, we was learning a lot through them. You know, I'm blessed to have a brother that has taught me a lot through his two marriages. The first marriage was crazy. Short little story. Like I said, I think I might have told you guys before, if you guys heard one of the other lives. They knew each other since they were 5 years old. First marriage, knew each other since they were 5 years old. Moms were best friends, so they kind of grew up together. Um, so they've been knowing each other for over 19 years before they decided to even get married. And then they lived with each other for 6 years prior to the marriage. So that's a lot of time with each other. Spent a lot of time with each other. Pretty much grew up together with each other. So you would think, perfect world, this would be like, oh my god, an awesome love story or whatever. You know, that was that Brown Sugar, that movie, that type of thing or whatever. Like even if they broke up, they would come back together type thing or whatnot. Child, 6 months after the wedding, and I mean this first marriage, he had the big wedding and all these things like that. 6 months after the marriage, she done wild out. She was doing a whole bunch of stuff that she ain't never did before, all in the club and all these things like this without my brother. He at work, to the point that the car that he bought her for a wedding gift, she had another man driving. Child, when my brother say, I say my brother done flipped out, and my brother's not that type. My brother is not that type of guy. He is really like, he's really sweet. He's really nice. But when you cross that line with him, it's a wrap. It's a wrap or whatever. And he was just like, I was gonna give her that car just like as a nice parting gift or whatever. But when he seen that, he was like, I went and snatched that car up, and that was it. He was done. And this marriage that he's in now, it's been over 10 years, 10 plus years. It's been a while. It's been quite a while. Um, they didn't have no big wedding. They just went and did it. We didn't even know about it until afterwards or whatever. And they have been functioning in it. And I trust they have their good days, their bad days, like every marriage do, but they choose each other. And it's so awesome to watch because me and my brother, we take trips together, we go off and do our own things and stuff. And he's always thinking about my sister. He is always putting her, he's always finding new ways to be creative and to show her love and do things. And it's just like, that's that's what I see marriage is. That's what I see a partnership is. And it's like I'm glad to have him in my life to be able to see that because I really think without him, I would really be totally opposed to marriage without him. You know what, Danny? We none of us know. She even tried to stroll back in because she like my dad and them was close to her and all that stuff like that. We really don't know what made her wild out like that. I don't know if it was just one of the things because my brother is like a workaholic, so he didn't really go out. But like I said, they've been living together for 6 years. This was his routine. She knew the routine. You know, since they was 19, they was able to live together. So she knew his routine. It wasn't nothing that was new, nothing that was changed. And when they did go out, they would go out together. But he want business. He want growth. He don't want to stay in the apartment he is. He want a house. He want these different things and all this stuff. So it's just like he put in his work. And you know what? It could be simple as she was probably doing these things on the low prior before the wedding. You know, I was too young to even really try to divulge on what was going on through her head or whatever. But she ended up being a little off later on, and I'm not going to say that it's all her fault because I don't really know the inner workings of that relationship. It was just weird to see from the outside from somebody that you don't grew up with, basically, and that switch as soon as they got married. It was like as soon as she got married, it's like, oh, I got you now, so I can do whatever. It was almost like one of those type of things or whatnot. And like I say, I'm not gonna pretend like my brother is perfect or anything like that. I just he just not that guy. He would rather really try to work through some situations, talk through some situations, and really, really, really try to get an understanding and be there. So it's just really puzzling because she tried, like I said, she tried to come back. She tried to talk to my dad and them about stuff, but from my understanding on it, it was just like a really off situation with her. So I don't know. I don't know if anything else was at play. Whatever. It's just weird. It was a total snap. But damn, I forgot what I was talking about Alfonso and them. Sorry, y'all. I done ranted on my brother and stuff so long. I forgot how I was relating this to that. But it was just there's a lot of work that goes into marriage and wanting to be with somebody. And I kind of just don't. I see the love Alfonso does have for her, but I don't know if he will really put in the real effort it needs for it to be an all around marriage right now. I think he does have potential, and I think that's another problem. She's probably falling in love with the potential that he does have to be a good man. Um, I just don't think he's ready. I think he wants to continue doing what he's doing right now, and it's so many options at disposal for him. So many people throwing themselves at him just because he's related and affiliated with who he's affiliated with. So it's just like, uh, You say you hear that quite often, though people in long term relationships, 8, 10, 12 years get married and then break up. No, it's so weird. It's so weird. Um, so weird because I was like, you spent all that time and then you get married and then that's it. But you know what? The thing is, I hear this a lot and I can't really say because I've never been married. And this is probably why I've never been married. It's probably, I might still have a little fear of it. But a lot of people say that I do or that paperwork changes people. And sometimes that change is not for the good. And that's probably why there's this weird break after a while. Or sometimes some people is now feeling the pressure of, oh, I'm really stuck in this. I'm really locked into this. Because I'll be feeling like after 8, 10 years and you get married, what's the difference? What are we changing? Other than that you can legally collect benefits off of me, or you can be on my medical or something like that. Like something happens to me, you can actually say something on my behalf. That's how I look at it. If we'd have been together that long, especially if we've been living together that long, we've been married already. In California, common law, we done been married already. So, oh, child, I don't know. Listen. I don't want to say yes, but like I said, I think she likes the lifestyle he brings and the potential of him being a good man, even at the age, is a good combination in her head. We know in her head, things aren't as is. So I think that in her head, that's a good combination of the two. You know, yeah, that's all I really look. Y'all don't listen to me about marriage, okay? Because I'm gonna tell you now, I think marriage is a business arrangement as far as how it's set up in the United States. I think it's a business arrangement. So yes, collect benefits and be my power of attorney if something happens to me and I can't speak on my behalf. And also you can't testify against me in court. That's a good benefit. Still collecting benefits. That's a good benefit. You know what I'm saying? If I do some crazy stuff, you can't testify against me. You're married to me. You can go ahead and whatever. They can't do it. They can't make you do it. But you ain't heard that from me. I ain't married. But these two, yeah, I don't know. And I ain't gonna bring up they personal things and say that's the reason for okay, I'm gonna be petty because it's Petty Fridays anyway. Yes, it's Petty Fridays. Yeah, we already know who this person Shay is related to, so who knows what the chaos is. And I'm gonna say it, the girl don't like me no daggone way, so I'm sorry. It's not. I know it's not a choice to be related to Alexia, and that fakery she had going on last season. And I'm not saying that y'all got fakery going on this season, but you're not off to a good start in my book. Yeah. So either tell him to shape up and ship out and be on your merry way, or I don't know. 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 She like it. I love it. Hell, you know, if you want to be with the lifestyle, be with the lifestyle. Oh, Alexia, however Darian said, that's her cousin. That's Shay's cousin. That right there is serious. There to me, I feel you, so I'm the same way. You can't love me, like you can't truly love me without respect. You know, I really say that. You know, Alexia. I wish I had that thing Coach O had right now of Darren doing that daggone face. Child, that is hilarious to me. That girl there, she was a 14. Come on. We're not going to even go back down there. We're not going to even go back down there. All right. You know what? I was waiting to talk about this couple because some, I told you it was Petty Fridays. I got a little soft spot in my heart for this couple. Only because they so petty. This my little tick for tat couple. They are so freaking petty. But this is getting on my daggone nerves. I'm not gonna even try to play with y'all. He is getting on every bit of my nerve. He remind me of a relationship that I once had. I'm not gonna say no names, but if I tell the account, they should know who they are. But they were just as petty as this. And when I was in my petty bag, it was fun. It was fun and all. Oh, you're gonna one up me and stuff. But when I was tired and I was trying to be serious, and it was like, okay, look, we got a whole situation going on. We got responsibilities for real, for real. And what you trying to do? You trying to keep getting back at each other, or are you trying to be serious? And I think that's where I'm starting to see Charlie at right now. It's just like she's getting tired of the back and forth petty. And that can get draining after a while. Seriously, when you're really trying to love somebody and it's like, I really, 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 really want to be with you. So you want me to go back there, huh? You want me to be a whole fool about that woman? We'll talk about her another time. We'll talk about Alexia another time. But when you're tired of somebody being petty and you're really trying to love them for real, it's so annoying. It is so annoying when you get to that stage where it's like, for real, I really just want to try to love you and understand you and be with you and just really have a happy relationship with you. And you just want to keep going back and forth with the tit for tat. Every little thing you want to just, well, what about what you doing? Well, look at you. Look at this. That is so annoying. It's so annoying. Child, play with me. Now, y'all know I like to eat. Don't play with me and my daggone food. I get hangry real quick. That whole salmon. That camera would have seen me tossing that whole salmon. If not, I would have been offering it to the cameraman. Are y'all hungry? Are y'all hungry? He just made some salmon. Y'all hungry? Because he ain't going to eat the damn salmon either. Neither one of us going to eat the damn salmon. Y'all want to see petty? I'd have dropped a box of salt on that damn salmon. Eat the salmon if you want to, Otis. Ain't nobody came to see you, Otis. Like, shoot, see, she better than me. See, that's why I had to learn. You got to learn how to cook, baby. You ain't going to sit here and deprive me of nothing. I'm going to cook. I'm going to make my own daggone money. I'm driving my own car. You're not about to deprive me of nothing. I cannot depend on you because that means that you cannot be trusted. No. No. He is a prime reason of why women need to have their own. I'm so sorry. So sorry. It is so frustrating to watch because I get what she's doing, because I used to have a saying, I'm a mirror of what I see. So however you treat me, I'm going to treat you. But the problem with that is when you have a person that's tit for tat, they don't even realize that you're trying to show them themselves. They just think that you're just trying to get back at them every single time. And unfortunately, with this couple, though I do see Charlie making an effort, she has that same issue as well. Is that she's trying to keep up. I don't know who started the tit for tat. I don't know. And that's the problem. But whoever started it, they're trying to keep up with the other person. in the relationship on the tit for tat. And eventually somebody has to put their foot down and say, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to get off this roller coaster. I don't want to go around in this merry-go-round no more. I'm tired. I'm dizzy. I'm sick. I don't want to do it anymore. No lies told. No lies told. Amen. I do see Charlie being the one who is seriously now at her point of being drained and is really like, I want off of this. So either you're going to get off with me or I'm going to get off by myself and move on. And I really see her at that point. And I do remember when I was at that point in my relationship. And it was really a put my foot down moment because I was just like, I don't want to go back and forth. Like, it's draining. It's tiring. Are you happy? You got me. You're up. You're up. You're up already. I don't want to play anymore. You won. What do you want to do? Do you want to move forward or not? And Otis, I don't know what the fear is. He has a really strong fear. I don't know what the dynamic with his mom was. His dad seems like a very genuine dude, and maybe, maybe his dad played some games why he had to have even had a comment of saying, you need to listen. And even with that, Otis still missed it. The dad said you need to listen, and all you did was listen to figure out how you can be disruptive in the process by trying to get under her skin. You weren't listening to fix anything. You weren't listening to hear her. You were listening to figure out how to get under her skin even more by even taking a calm approach to it and trying to get her irate when she left out the house for her date. You try to come in smooth. Oh, you look good. You look nice. Let's have a conversation. And when she didn't give you what you wanted, you tried to nitpick at everything. And when you're in a situation that doesn't appear like the person is trying to be controlling, of course, we know that they're at that stage now where he wants to be more in control over her than she's allowing him. She is off. Like I said, she's trying to compete with a petty person, so that's going to put you off. But I see her gaining herself back a little bit in this. And yes, his father did give him great advice, and he did not take heed of that advice at all, because you were not listening to understand her. You weren't listening to validate her. You weren't listening to try to really love her properly, the way that she wants to be loved. Because if you were, this week would have been so easy to sit there and say, what is it that you want more from me? Oh, you want actual real quality time? Cool. Put the phones away. You don't have to say nothing else to her. When you get that quality time and she got that phone, baby, it's quality time right now. Put the phone down. It's us. It's no need to start a whole fight right there when she's asking you for more of this. You show her. You show her. You want to be the leader, you show by example. Leaders show through example. Real leaders come from being great followers. So you have to learn how to follow so you can show her how to follow. She's going to follow your example. When we get that quality time and we laid up in the bed and she pick up that phone, baby, no, this is our time. This is our time, baby. Put the phone back down. Put it down. This is us. There's no need to fight. There's no need to argue. There's no need to bring up what she's doing wrong in that moment. No. This is us. I'm trying to give you what you want. Stay in this moment with me. That same calmness he was trying to use when he was fake listening, that's what he should have did right there. Like, listen to her tell you what she wants. Give her what you want. You keep trying to go back and forth with her and one up her because she brought some daggone flowers home the first day. Bruh, I feel like you cheated on her before we even got here. That's what it's giving me. Now you insecure and worried about her because she took you back. That's what I'm getting from it. Now I could be wrong. That's just my assessment, allegedly. But that's what I get from it because that's what your behavior is giving me. Sorry, y'all. Hold on one second. My bad, my bad. I got to move cars, but I don't want to keep you guys on hold because I do need to move my car. But yes, I want to talk more about this couple. Bambi hush. I want to talk more about this couple because yes, we was on to something with these two, and they come off very competitive. I think they would actually be like great teammates together if they learn how to get together. Oh, yeah, my Erica Badu. I had to change it though. It's not the hotline bling. It's I don't think it is. It might have changed on his own on me. I have no clue. But yeah, I want to talk especially about this couple. So how about this, y'all? Sorry to interrupt it because I don't want to take too long by moving the car and having y'all sitting on hold all night because it is late. We can come back Monday and we could talk about it because tomorrow I'm doing preparing for love tomorrow, and I think we're gonna have like a nice spicy debate tomorrow. So I got some debate cards, and so we're gonna do it. We're gonna work on this. What is this one? So I got these. We're gonna play this little game. We're gonna see how this works tomorrow. So we're gonna have some little spicy things. I got the tonight's conversation card game cards and stuff. So we're gonna see how that works tomorrow. We'll play a little game. I got a couple of people. Y'all know Tyrone will be up in the building and stuff, and a couple of other cast members. They'll be here as well. And sorry, I'm gonna cut it short. So sorry. But we had a great conversation tonight. I appreciate you guys all. We'll come back on Monday and we'll talk about Charlie and Otis because them two right there is something serious, serious, serious issues. But tomorrow I'll be back. It'll be 6 p.m. Central, so that's 7 p.m. Eastern and 4 p.m. Pacific time tomorrow. We'll be back and we'll have a little fun, some debates since I'm in a little raspy mood and stuff to start fussing and fighting about what us women do against us men. So y'all come back. Y'all be able to join in on the fun of the debate tomorrow. Appreciate you all for being with me. Please like, share, and subscribe, and leave comments below for anything that we said. Sorry to give you so much of my daggone life that freaking didn't get through the whole show, but we'll return on it on Monday. We'll do it early Monday before Kojo does all his interviews with Eric and Carmen on Monday. So we'll do it early on Monday. Okay. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. I'll talk to you guys later. All right. You guys take care. Have a safe night. Be blessed. Happy Friday. Bye.